Tonight on Q Weekly, we have another instalment of Through the Lavender Lens, reviewing a golden oldie. And our panel of so-called experts return on a new segment of the Fruit Box. Up first is this week's Q News.
Welcome to Q Weekly. I'm Michael King and this is Q News. Hi, Beck.
Hi, we are here from DT's Live, and for this week's news we have the UNHRC, or UN Human Rights Committee, last month ruled that Australian government has discriminated against Sydney man Edward Young by refusing him pension after the death of his partner, World War II veteran Larry Keynes. The law states that only heterosexual spouses or de facto partners of deceased veterans are entitled to benefits, prompting Mr Young to take the case to the UN in 1999. Senior law lecturer at the Australian National University, Wayne Morgan, said the decision was globally significant, regardless of whether the government complied with it. Morgan also reports globally it is the most significant statement the UN body has ever made about the equality rights of same-sex couples, and that it will have effects around the world. The UNHRC decided that Australian government had discriminated against Mr Young on the basis of his sexual orientation. It also said the government should reconsider his pension application without discrimination based on his sexual orientation, even if it means amending federal law. The UNHRC also mentions Australian was under obligation. Future discrimination did not occur and had 90 days to respond to the decision. Mr Morgan said the decision could affect Australia's superannuation, social security and tax laws, as well as those governing under the armed forces. Even if Howard does not act, it means it clear for future government that they must immediately end this discrimination. Australian Lawyers for Human Rights President Simon Rice said the unanimous UN decision was an authoritative decision in international law. Rice also said Australia either acts with respect for international law and amends the law in order to give equality to same-sex couples, or Australia snubs international law. Now, Michael, you have a few things that are happening out and about in Melbourne at the moment?
Indeed I do, Beck. The National Gay Lobby Group starts. The Also Foundation and the Victorian Gay and Lesbian Rights Lobby received a $20,000 philanthropic grant to run a national gay and lesbian rights campaign in the lead up to the 2004 election. David McCarthy, co-convener and Ben TV member, said he invited interstate gay and lesbian rights groups to come to a meeting in Melbourne in November to plan the campaign. With a federal election due next year, it is time to map out a federal lobbying campaign on issues relevant to our community, including superannuation and recognition of same-sex relationships. Democrat Senator Brian Greig, who has long advocated a national gay and lesbian rights lobby, welcomed the proposal. This is a welcome and encouraging start towards getting a national focus for the gay and lesbian rights movement, he said. Over to you, Beck.
The Uniting Church leadership has issued a guarded apology but has refused to change its mind on a controversial decision to allow practicing gay priests to be ordained in the church. Conservative members of the Uniting Church had called for the reversal of the decision last month by the ruling assembly. Members associated with the Conservative EMU had presented the church leadership with over 20,000 signatures last week, asking that the decision be overturned and that the assembly be reformed. Sources say 20,000 is a significant number in members. It's at least 1/10 of the regular Uniting Church attendees. Mary Hawkes, representative of EMU, has said if the church did not change its ruling, tens of thousands of members would leave. The Church's Standing Committee issued an apology over the formulation of the resolution but refused to revoke it. The committee said that the church could have been more sensitive in handling the issue, but also said it would not recall the National Assembly as some are demanding. Over to you, Michael.
Thanks, Beck. About 40 members and sympathisers of the Rainbow Sash movement gathered outside St Patrick's Catholic Cathedral last weekend to show their rejection of the recent Vatican document on homosexuality. A spokesperson for Rainbow Sash said the recent Vatican document, which called on Catholic politicians to work against recognition of same-sex relationships, was a desperate measure by a desperate empire. And now, to lighten up all the politics and religion this week, of course the Melbourne Leather Festival is running on at the moment until the 21st of September, and just a couple of highlights which you can also get at www.leadhotel.com is the underwear party on the 1st of September, the Leather Gang on 6th of September, and of course the slave auction on the 13th of September, wherein of course all monies raised go to the David Williams Fund. Thank you very much for tuning in to Q News this week here on Q Weekly. Stay tuned for the rest of Q Weekly and a bit of Fruit Box, which will give you an idea of what's coming up in our new half-hour special Fruit Box. So if you've got any letters or something you'd like to send in, something you want the panel to discuss, benttv@bigpond.com is the email address. Thank you, Beck.
Thank you, and thanks for watching Q Weekly this week.
We'll see you next week. Bye now.
Bye.
Hello there, welcome once again to Through the Lavender Lens. Nice to have your company this week, and Stephen and Harriet are joining me once again.
Hi.
Hey guys.
Hi, he's Alan.
Thank you. Thanks for reminding me.
Your age.
Now, I think the film we got this week for you, I think, a very special one. Certainly the best film I think I've seen for a while, and one of the earliest really pro-gay films that I think I've seen from the UK. It's called Victim, starring Dirk Bogarde and Sylvia Sims. Now,
my favourite actor, Dirk Bogarde.
Yeah?
Every film he's in is usually pretty hot, but this film he plays a barrister, doesn't he?
He does.
Who is being blackmailed.
Yeah, the core theme of it is blackmail, and how being gay in those days really led to that risk of being left open to blackmail.
Somebody once called this law against homosexuals the Blackmailers' Charter. Is that how you feel about it? I'm a policeman, sir. I don't have feelings.
Now, funnily enough, the character I really felt most sympathy for in the film was Sylvia Sims' character Laura, who played Dirk Bogarde's wife.
No, I think you have to sort of remember that this was 9 years before homosexuality was decriminalised. Now, even though we find out halfway through the film that Melville Farr, Dirk Bogarde's character, had a gay love affair before the marriage.
Yeah,
he then married her and obviously was trying to go down the straight and narrow, and she was prepared to stick by him and help him through whatever was going to happen, including his career probably collapsing when he was going to stand up in court and show out who these blackmailers were.
Yes, but we don't want to give the game away, do we really? And the whole...
Well, it's actually hard to give it away. I mean, apart from its real positive spin on gay law and homophobic law, it really is a great thriller. I mean, you kept guessing right to the end. Twists and turns, you never really know who the blackmailer is. There's all sorts of red herrings, isn't there?
Yes, that's right.
Very much so. And I was particularly impressed with the character of the police inspector.
Now, they were very interesting because they actually gave...
Sylvia Sims. Now,
my favourite actor, Dirk Bogarde.
Yeah?
Every film he's...
the inspector in charge was actually very pro... Sorry, not really pro, but understanding of the situation with homosexuals.
Cautiously understanding.
I think one of his sayings in the film was by sending homosexualities to prison, we give blackmailers an open book to blackmail.
If only these unfortunate devils would come to us in the first place.
If only they led normal lives, they wouldn't need to come at all.
If the law punished every abnormality, we'd be kept pretty busy, Sergeant.
Even so, sir, this law was made for a very good reason. If it were changed, other weaknesses would follow.
I can see you're a true Puritan, Bridie, eh?
There's nothing wrong with that, sir.
Of course not. But there was a time when that was against the law, you know.
Very good, sir.
That was quite...
It was powerful stuff,
Yeah,
and the performances are all first rate. I mean, particularly when Laura confronts Vare about, you know, his relationship with Boy Barrett, the young lad he was seeing, and the one who's being blackmailed. And, his reaction to her constantly trying to find out what was going on and what have you was powerful stuff, you know.
You haven't changed. In spite of our marriage and your inmost feelings, you're still the same. That's why you stopped seeing him. You felt for him what you felt for Stainer.
That's not true.
You were attracted to that boy as a man would be to a girl.
Laura, don't go on. For God's sake, stop now.
I can't stop. I love you too much to stop. I thought you loved me. If you do, what did you feel for him? I have a right to know.
All right, you want to know. I shall tell you. You won't be content until you know, will you? Till you ripped it out of me. I stopped seeing him because I wanted him. Do you understand? Because I wanted him!
You don't call that love?
No. If it was love, why should I want to stamp it out? Why would I do that if it was love?
Another bit I like is because obviously Boyd Barrett was also being blackmailed, and he went to another town to find a straight friend of his to help him. And his straight friend was willing to help him, and again he said, "Look, I understand the situation." He said 100 years ago it was witches. It's just these days it's, you know, homosexual.
Yeah, it was nice to see an out-and-out gay guy having a straight male friend in those days. It was quite a progressive scenario, if you like. Certainly a recommendation of mine to get out, Victim, directed by Basil Dearden, isn't it?
Yeah.
First rate. So get it out. Get down to Out Video, St Kilda Road here in Melbourne, right opposite the Town Hall, and have a look at Victim, because you won't be sorry.
No, you won't. It's a good film.
Okay, we'll see you next time round when we're through the Lavender lens. Bye for now.
Hi.
The videos we've presented for you tonight are available from Melbourne's own Out Video. Come and visit us in person at 13 Brighton Road, St Kilda, right opposite St Kilda Town Hall, or on the web at www.out.com.au.
Good evening and welcome to the Fruit Box. My name's Kim Vassallo, and with me tonight on the Fruit Box we have Ernie. How are you, Ernie?
Hi, good, thanks. Kim, yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you.
You had a good week?
Yeah, it's been lovely,
Yeah, I'm
actually.
going to ask the questions now.
You are you? No, you get back in your box.
Okay,
Thank you
sorry.
very much. I'm the one asking the questions around here. Mark, darling, how are you?
Good, he's renowned for being a box.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah. Oh, really well, Kim.
Yeah,
Thanks.
oh, that's good. Good. And we have Adam. Hello, Dal.
Hi, Darth, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Oh, fabulous, as usual.
As usual. You're always fabulous, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't help myself.
Okay. Oh, good.
Full to the brim with fabulousness.
Good.
Got my nose, actually.
Cameron,
Hi.
are you coping sitting
I'm
there?
fine. I'm edging away a little. Yeah,
You can come and sit on my lap.
Can I?
Yeah.
Maybe afterwards.
Okay, all right. Right, now this week on the Fruit Box, getting down to business, and no more funny buggers, please. Thank you, people. This is from Jason in Werribee. Jason writes, my mum and dad are divorced. They are both in their 50s and I think my dad is gay. I am 20 years old and have been seeing a guy now for a few months, but haven't come out to my parents yet. Now I notice that Dad seems to be hanging around with lots of different guys, some of which I'm sure I've seen when I've been out on the scene. What do I do? Should I confront him about this? I'm worried that I may be wrong and that I'll end up outing myself. Jason. Adam.
Oh, Jason. So you're worried about outing yourself, yet you want to out your dad to your dad. Maybe there's a few too many secrets going on. Maybe you should be a little bit more open about it. I don't know whether, you know, your mother and father have problems with it, but maybe if you say to your parents, hey, look, this is what I've been doing, it's fun, I've been enjoying it, and I'm, you know, not that ashamed of it. then if your dad is gay, he might come across and say, well, you know, son, strange you should say that. I've got 12 boyfriends. But, yeah, you know, I think, yeah, it sounds like there's been a few too many secrets going on in this family, and maybe you need to open up the cupboards and dust out a little bit. Yeah, let the skeletons out.
Cameron?
Jason, I do think you need to confront your dad, but be clever about it, be subtle about it. I think you should just say, look, Dad, I'm here for you. You know, you can always tell me anything. I've noticed some changes in you in the past few months. What's going on? And see if he opens up to you. And if he does, you never know. I mean, you might have the opportunity then to come out to him, and you might be able to do some bonding over that. So it could all work out for the best, but it might not. So yeah, don't listen to me.
Right.
Recanting your advice.
I'm sure.
Here's my advice, don't take it.
Ernie.
Okay, well,
You're going to give advice and actually stick to it, or are you going to fall back on it at the last minute as well?
Well, I thought maybe or perhaps, I can't work out which one of the two, but I'm going to disagree with both of you.
Oh, fine.
Okay, the guy's 20 years old. He's young. Yeah, like you don't come out to someone until you're ready to do it. Just because you're 20 and you think your dad might be doing something, you're obviously concerned about outing yourself. You're obviously not ready to do that yet, so don't do it. You're 20 years old. Go and live life, relax, enjoy yourself. If your dad's doing it, big deal. Who cares, you know? Like, it'll eventually come out in the wash anyway, you know? And when you're ready, go and see both your parents at the same time. Say, look, I'm gay, whatever. If your dad wants to tell you, great. Don't force him into outing himself if you don't want to out yourself either. So relax, enjoy yourself. Yeah, I think you should just let your dad might be not doing anything wrong. You know, your dad might be gay friendly, he might be straight and just gay friendly. In which case, great. It's going to be good for you when you do out yourself. So I don't think you can assume what's going on with your father. Relax, enjoy yourself. Do it when you're ready.
Mark, do you think Jason should out himself or his dad?
I would say that if his father is gay, he probably already knows. Chances are. Parents are very perceptive, and I know my parents sort of had a bit of an idea before I did.
It was probably the ballet and tap lessons when you were
when I was 11, 12-year-old doing jazz, ballet and tap. But anyway, but yeah, I think once again, like Ernie said, when you're ready to come out, and just open up the communication and talk about, it doesn't have to be about gay issues, but just open up the communication, it'll come out. And you'll come out, and he'll come out, and everybody will be out.
Everyone should. Yeah.
I mean, if the dad's hanging around with guys that he's seen on the scene, how, you know, that also can go the other way.
Wouldn't the guys then notice him and say, well, hang on, we've seen him?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like you're standing behind some sort of brick wall and you can see out and they can't see you.
But his dad might have a couple of friends who are gay or go the lead or do whatever they do, and the dad might not know about it. They just happen to be his friends, and they may be in the closet to him.
Yeah.
So by turning around to Dad and saying, I saw you with those poofter friends of yours, the dad's going to go, what poofter friends?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that he should confront the dad about it. I just think, you know, if it's just that thing, you know, the more you hold on to something and hide it down, the kind of harder
he's not ready yet, though.
It gets to say it later on. You just keep going, I won't say it I won't, and you know, 33 years go by and you go, I really should have said something about that time I killed my sister. No, but you know.
Yeah, but if he's not ready, he's not ready.
No, not today.
Okay. Would you like to write to the panel?
I'll write you a letter, I'll put it anonymously.
One of the skeletons in the closet.
I've been watching far too much CSI, I think.
I think you have. Well, Jason, I hope the panel sort of answered some of your questions. We might have actually created more questions for you, and if so, please write to us again, and we'll try and tackle those ones as well. Thank you for your letter. If you would like to write to us, or anyone else would like to write to us at the Fruit Box, then please do so by addressing your letter to the address that is appearing on your screen now, I think, somewhere. And I would like to thank our panellists for their contributions this week, and we will see you again next week. Thank you very much and good night. What's with the waving?
It's not right. It's 3 of us did it.